19-year-old Russian conscript Artem Antonov was shot and killed by his commander after reportedly refusing to sign a military contract to fight in Kursk Oblast, the Russian independent outlet IStories reported. The incident occurred on October the 21st at the Ilyinsky training ground of the 60th Motorized Rifle Brigade, where the commander fired into the ranks of soldiers, striking Antonov in the head. Journalists discovered that a lieutenant of the 394th Motor Rifle Regiment shot soldier Artem Antonov from Tatarstan with a Kalashnikov rifle. The incident took place on October the 21st at the Ilyinsky training ground of the 60th Separate Motor Rifle Brigade in Primorsky Krai. The report stated that Antonov was sent to the training camp to replace motorized infantry units battling to oust Ukrainian forces from Kursk Oblast. According to pretrial materials obtained by the publication, the lieutenant removed the safety from his AK-12 rifle during a weapons handling briefing and fired into a formation of soldiers. The bullet struck Antonov in the head. Antonov's relatives claim he faced repeated torture and abuse, including beatings with iron rods for refusing to sign the contract. Before his death, Antonov shared details of the abuse in a private social media group, which was deleted shortly after he died. When the family received his body, they discovered not only a gunshot wound but also multiple bruises, suggesting further mistreatment. Other family members also told the outlet that commanders repeatedly tortured Antonov for the same reason. They bullied him, put him on duty for 8 consecutive days, denied him medical assistance and beat him with iron rods on his arms and neck. They recounted. He shared this with close friends in a private chat group, which was immediately deleted after his death. When the family received the body, they found not only a bullet wound in the forehead, but also bruises on his body. The family knows the name of the officer who fired the shot, but they fear revealing it due to personal safety concerns, the journalists added. The abuse of Russian soldiers by their commanders and fellow troops since the beginning of the full-scale war in Ukraine has been previously documented. Problems with military hazing and mistreatment of subordinates by their superiors date back to the Soviet era and were also widely reported in Russia's wars in Chechnya.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky visited Kiev's Akhmedyt Children's Hospital Friday to congratulate patients on St. Nicholas Day. Zelensky spoke with children, their parents and doctors, and wished patients a speedy recovery. According to Ukraine's presidential office, medical staff at Akhmedyt Children's Hospital confirmed that they have treated 126 children affected by Russian attacks since the beginning of the war. Russia's bombardment of the Ukrainian capital severely damaged Akhmedyt Hospital in July, terrorizing families and severely impacting children battling life-threatening diseases. At least 31 people were killed as a result of the attack, officials said. Russia denied attacking the hospital and said the strikes hit military targets.
України захищає нашу країну.
Серйозно? Сьогодні ти привітаємо?
Ми ж вам намалювали.
А, та воно видно. Дякуємо вам. Одразу сів.
Тут треба займати. Це що?
Навіть спостерігаємо з Запоріжжя, ще проситься вони там.
Доброго дня. Привіт.
Це Аліна.
Цікаво, а що тут? А ви ж нас запросили? Ми приїхали. Рій. Мама? Будь ласка. А подарунки ти любиш, так?
Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban said Friday that Europe is extremely weak militarily, while Russia has become stronger during its war with Ukraine. Speaking to Hungary's state broadcaster, Orban said, "We do not even have the equipment and ammunition that would otherwise be necessary in a conflict with the Russians. But after the war in Ukraine, European security should be reorganized, and it will also determine America's place in this European security system," he added. Orban, a leading figure of the far right in Europe, has long pursued close ties with incoming US President Donald Trump, and was the first EU leader to publicly endorse the Republican during his campaign for president. Orban is also widely considered to be Russian President Vladimir Putin's closest partner in the EU, and has maintained friendly relations with the Kremlin even after Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022. More recently, Orban has continually insisted that Trump, once elected president, would bring an end to the war in Ukraine, and has framed the conflict as a proxy war between Russia and the United States. Orban argued that the situation was being complicated by the fact that the US was between administrations with opposed views about the conflict in Ukraine. The root of it all is that there are two American presidents, and this period will be until January 20th. When one leaves, the other officially enters, and then I think things will be smoothed out, simplified, and manageable.
Közben a nyugat fokozza a Kijevnek szánt fegyverszállításokat. Minek köszönhető ez a kettősség, és mit tud kezdeni?